We're here in Vegas. I'm with my homie Joe. So my name is Anna and I love chatting with the homies. And this is
Boba Talks.
Alright. Hey, what are you drinking, Joe?
Right now I'm drinking a almond milk. No boba this time. Straight up simple almond milk.
Alright.
Tea. Nothing too crazy.
Cher told us to check out this place called Brew Tea in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And I got the Hokkaido milk tea. It's pretty good. Do you remember how we met?
I do remember how we met.
Okay.
I do remember. It was in the Bay Area. We as in Three Muskie were dancing with MINDTRICKS at the time. Dance Attack? Was it Dance Attack? In 2019, 2019. 1920.
Joe. So what I remember Joe because he also danced on a crew called KABOOM Squad, and he used to stay at my friend Lisa's house when they were down here, and Kevin had gotten sick, and I didn't know him, but he was like, yo, my friend is sick, can you take me to the store to get him some lemonade? And I was like, oh man, bro, I'm sorry, you know, and I didn't know, like, but they were best friends, and yeah, we got to know them because they performed out in San Diego at the very first show that we put on. So ever since then,
Busta Groove?
Yes.
Shout out Busta Groove.
Yes.
2000?
2000.
That's when we first met. Cause yeah, you're right. We were with KABOOM Squad before MINDTRICKS, and that's when it all went down.
Yeah, and then you moved to San Diego.
And then I moved to San Diego.
Why'd you move to San Diego?
Long story short, I was lightweight jealous that Kevin was leveling up in San Diego with Culture Shock, so we had to. I started performing in a Philippine cultural arts ensemble called Sining Tala, and I just remember it was a way for my mom to have us Americanized Filipinos get closer to our heritage and like just the folklore and the dance and all this other stuff. So at like the age of 10, me and my sister and like a bunch of friends were always performing. Oh, shout out Jason Magsusi. I don't know if you want to shout.
Yes.
He was
what up,
there.
Jason?
And then from there, it became dance, and then I started getting into the whole graffiti and hip hop and just the whole culture of hip hop after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, were you in a crew? Were you a gang member? What were you doing?
No, I wasn't a crew. We were a break crew in South Sacramento called Warheads.
Oh, okay.
Warheads. And fun fact, Phil, Swagger Boy, is from Soldiers, which was on the other side of the railroad tracks from where we were. So we were Warheads and they were Soldiers, and we would always blah 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 anyways. But that's like back history.
But is that how it is in the sack dance community? Like
now?
Or just in general, what was it like?
Back in the days, it was that hip hop competitive break boy, b-boy mentality, because we were learning from the East Coast and all the videos and just how they got down. So we were interpreting that into our West Coast lifestyle with the sock rocking and all this other stuff, and it was cool just to be part of what felt like a gang, but was more so geared towards dancing and that kind of physical activity.
How did you connect with Kevin, like? Because you guys are like best friends, you know?
I really don't understand where Kevin entered my life. I just remember going to a high school when I was a freshman, and I think he was like a sophomore, and there was just after school program, and he was just doing a bunch of backflips, and everyone was like, a bunch of backflips, and I was like, oh, who is that guy? Like, he had a bunch of backflips. And the next thing you know, we're dancing together, and from that day on, like, he just never left my life. Not like I want him to leave, but we just never left. Yeah. And then during that journey of us getting together, we ran into Phil, and the other side of the railroad tracks, and that's where Sacramento kind of got unified, and we all became KABOOM Squad. We were looking towards MINDTRICKS for that inspiration and that just that new innovative. At that time, they were just the guys, and we didn't really realize like who choreographed what and all these other pieces. We just knew them for the pieces that they were.
Yeah.
And so once we started to find out who did what, and we're like, oh, who's this Gary guy? Who's this Gary guy? And the next thing you know, we meet Gary, and he's just spitting knowledge and just so open. He was the Gandalf to us.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one who brought the Shire to the elves to the, just brought everyone together. And he was the nomad that rode the horse everywhere and connected the dots.
I remember the first time Joe mixes music all the time, so I always used to steal his CDs and be like, hey, burn me that, you know, what else do you have, what else do you have? So one day he was in the apartment in San Diego with Kevin, and he was like, Anna, listen to this, tell me what you think. And it was like the Alice in Wonderland poem, you know, the Jabbawockeez. And I was like, man, that's freaking tight, you know? What made you think of that?
What made us think of Jabbawockeez? Or
yeah,
I think we were just nerding out on like folklore. We're just nerding out on mystical beings and anime and names and just the folklore of a Jabbawockeez and where it comes from and what it means, and not until later that it defined itself with the dragon and like the whole Alice in Wonderland. But it started with Alice in Wonderland. We're like, oh, that's cool. That whole world is nonsense, so I wish our freestyles could be accepted as nonsense and we could just move freely and not be so, you know, critiqued as clean or not clean and blah blah blah. So that whole philosophy of like just being whimsical and nonsensical, but still being accepted and like, oh, that's cool, artsy. That kind of like funneled that idea of Jabbawockeez, and then we just nerded out and we're like, oh, what if it was this and what if it was that? Next thing you know, we have a idea and a brand, and it became something bigger than us for sure.
Yeah, and you're probably like the most imaginative and the really like playful one. I mean, he always shares with me about his daughter's songs, you know, like children's songs.
Oh yeah.
Just everything. Like, where do you get that from? What inspires you like to think like all this crazy stuff?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I feel like when I was little, I was really a homebody. What's it called?
Introvert.
And I had a hard time like communicating and making friends. So I just dove into movies and art and all these whimsical things because it was an escape for me to, you know, feel included in something that was an idea. And it just stuck with me, and I just kind of kept that Peter Pan mentality and carried it through till today. I don't know, I guess like I'm just a kid.
You're iconic. You have set the bar as far as even having a career for a dance crew, you know? Back in the day, we really like, wow, Jabbawockeez was the first one, at least in our age group, to have their own like show here in Las Vegas and to turn dancing like into a career. We always talked about this. This was like a dream. Like, what does it feel like to have this like
dream come true? It is very surreal because at that time, you know, moving to San Diego, having the experience in culture shock and being around closer a little bit more to LA and the industry and the world of dancing as a job was limited to certain aspects, music video, this, that, whatever. And I think at the time we were just like, man, how do we play the game but not play their game? Do you know what I'm saying? And how do we make our way without having to go and play by their rules, and to see it come to fruition? Now we're, you know, dealing with a corporate sized company. It's just crazy, you know. It is like, okay, we're trying to find a job in our own lane, and then now we have our own lane, and now we're maintaining that lane. And I don't know, man. It's just crazy, and we just try to keep it simple. I think what helped us get through it is just keeping it simple and not diverting from the art and the love for dance and the love for movement, and that kept us going through. But as far as like having our own brand, I can't even. There's no words for it. It's just like, whoa. Thank you everyone for loving the idea. Really, I'll go music shopping, and then once I make this playlist of the music shopping that I go for, then I'll spend time with it. Maybe spend time with it in a week, in the car, wherever I go. This playlist lives with me for a week or a month or whatever, and then naturally things will start to gravitate, and I'll start to lean more towards a song. And you know, we just spent a week just labbing with it, listening to it, falling in love with it, and then you know, finally choreographing to it and getting the time to dance to it. And I think that's the process for us, is like find a song, spend some time with that song, and then once you get and build a relationship with that song, now it's time to actually express your relationship with that song through movement. And through that relationship, then you'll find the why behind your movement. Because, you know, you can choreograph all day. I can find a beat and I can choreograph all day, but then where's it going? What's it mean? Is it leading to something? When you find a song that you love, then you attach to it, then there's a meaning to it, and then you can express it a little bit more freely, or, you know, it just comes out easier. And then you don't, you know, it's like writing about your day in a diary. It just comes easier because you went through your day and you experienced it and yada yada yada, and you spent time with it. Maybe that's a bad analogy.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect because you're talking about a deeper feeling with music. Yeah.
Like having a mentor, having a peer, someone that you can relate to, and then having a student, someone that you can teach and pass on your knowledge to. And then once you have those three things, that you have someone that you're looking and you're striving to be, and then you have someone that's on your level that we're trying to do it together, and then you have a student that's like, okay, I need to mentor you and be that cycle in that thing. And I think that's where I feel that the best advice is, or now you have at least someone guiding you and saying, hey, that's wrong, maybe you should think of it this way or that way or whatever, and you know, just opening yourself up instead of trying to do it yourself. I think that's my big advice. No, don't try to do it by yourself. I think it's cool. I think it's like revealing a new Pokemon, you know, but that doesn't mean you don't love Pikachu. You know what I'm saying? Pikachu is still the main, you know, character to Pokemon, but there's, you know, Mewtwo and all these new Pokemon. But and why I'm referencing Pokemon is Gary would always teach us it's about collecting Pokemon. Collect our dance movement, collect our styles of movement, collect our styles of character, collect everything. Just you could apply that whole Pokemon thing to everything in your life. And I mean, we're still gonna keep it true though. Just FYI. Me and the wifey met through dance, and I think that's just one of the, not main, but one of the great core memories that we have as friends and as married, you know, as being married now, is that we still hold that we keep it simple. We love dance, and at the end of the day, if we're fighting, hey, let's just put some music on, let's just dance it out, you know? And we keep it grounded and simple. And she is like my brother's sharpening me as I go through this life, you know?
Yeah.
As a husband and a father and all that stuff.
Urban choreo.
Urban choreo? I don't even have a word for that. What is that?
Favorite song?
Jadina Bambi.
Minecraft.
Isabel, my daughter, she plays that religiously. I feel like she should be making money off of that because she plays it so much.
Favorite food?
At the moment, hot pot.
Okay. Punkee.
Is my nickname. My babysitter gave me my nickname, and she was cool. Her name was Roro, so I was like, hey, what's up, Roro? She's like, what's up, Punkee? And I was like,
wow. Thanks for sharing with me, and I'm so proud of you and all that you guys have accomplished. And Boba with friends is Boba well spent.
Well spent. And
Peace.
Boba with no boba is just straight up almond milk tea. You know what I'm saying? With nothing in it.